Welcome to the art studio. Today I thought I'd do something a bit fun and silly and wacky and show you inside my art bag. Alice Cooper bag. Yes, I pretend it's a Birkin. It's got the straps for it. Has a Velcro lid. So to show you all the things that I've sort of been using. So future useful pen marker kits, and Velcro again. And it's just got all these lovely different marker pens, different colours that have been actually really fun to use. They're double-sided, so you've got blue, slightly thicker on one side, and then a slightly thinner ink nib pen on the other. And it's really quite fun for layering colours, and I don't know, the storage of it I find quite satisfying, so I've managed not to lose any of the pens yet. There's that. And then what have I got here? I bought this back in England. I think these were made in Italy, and they've got this beautiful marbling effect. So that was one scene. Just been drawing different things. There was a little owl with little cute eyes, so I painted that. Some other scenes I can show you. Very pretty iris. This beautiful bird that we found, it kind of smashed its head into the window and sadly died. So I thought to celebrate his memory, I buried him in the garden. But before I did that, I sketched. That's how he looked when he was just on the floor. And he was just so beautiful. And he's got sort of like a red triangle and then the yellow, and he kind of represented the bird of peace to me, which I thought was really beautiful because he was at peace. Like my skulls in the background. It's always nice having a bit of taxidermy around. This is another one of the garden. This is with gouache paints actually. One of the garden. These were really early ones actually when I first got to New Zealand 2 years ago, and just started painting before I set up the studio. The one of the vanity, this one's a blue one of the moth. This was in summer, and one of the bushes has all these, I think, camellias, and they were all beautifully pink, and it kind of reminds me of Cath Kidston, so I thought I'd put that in there. And then this was after it rained and all the cherry blossom fell everywhere, so that was kind of beautiful. And that's one of the views from my bedroom looking out into the garden, so I drew the curtains. Again, I think it's the camellias, the bushes, it goes into an arch, and it was covered in all these pink, also roses, all these pink roses, and they'd all fallen onto the ground. And so I drew that scene. We went to the rodeo, and they had all these beautiful horses, these cowboys, rounding up cows and stuff, and just swinging a rope, and I just thought it was quite, I don't know, it felt very American. These are a few more sketches. This is one of the trees. I used a sort of pearlescent green paint. Yeah, I drew a few flowers and added lots of water droplets because it had just been raining and I really wanted to show that everything was sparkly. That was another one. And the roses, of course, just really beautiful. And these were with gouache paint. And then there's a bee. And then this was the moon at night, and everything was sort of sepia, black and white. And I think the Christchurch show in New Zealand, and they had a guy going along with his tractor, and so I thought I'd draw him with the tractor, so that's in there. And then these two trees, and loads of pollen fell, like almost like snow. This is with oil pastel. There's a rock on Peninsula Bay, and we always sit under it because it's quite shady. This was a really beautiful sunflower that kind of looks really frail. We picked it up on the side of the road, almost like a stray sunflower plant. It was really tall, and I thought, well, they just put it by the rubbish bins, and I thought it's a shame to throw away a whole sunflower. So we took it home and watered it, and then eventually it died, sadly, because these things die in winter. But it's pretty beautiful. And this is a black square, ominous. What was I feeling this day? And this isn't a painting, this is actually just a pressed flower, but I like sometimes grabbing flowers and pressing them. Yeah, I think I should do that more, because pressed flowers, you just throw them in the book and then they're like a little surprise. It's like, oh, there's a little pressed flower in there. So yeah, that's one of my little sketchbooks. I'm really proud of the sketchbook because it feels more personal. The paper's lovely and it's just got this beautiful marbling all over it. And yeah, so that's my marble sketchbook. I think it's good to have water in a little bottle on the go, because you can put it into the kind of Petri dish and just start painting wherever you are. And then a kind of little bucket thing, tissues. Just it's always good to have something to clean the brushes with, so I have those. And then I've got Wickel's gel pens. Gel pens run out pretty quickly, but there's something so gorgeous about a really fluorescent colour. It just makes the scene kind of poppy, and they do come in quite a nice plasticky case, so I've clearly lost two, but before I lost the other two, they were all together. I do quite like organisation. Sometimes I get a bit too caught up in everything being slightly more organised. I think this is another sketchbook. This is one I made actually, and I did a reel just showing how I made it. That's actually outside the shed. It's one of the tracks, and I just did that with, I think, maybe watercolour. This is the fallen tree. It was from a gallery visit. The tree that has the heart in the groove. Drew that with pencil. I just thought it was really pretty. It was actually quite a complicated drawing, but I did a sketch of it. It was like a dream, and I did a small sketch of it to try and remember the dream. This is my Auntie Jessica. I drew her really quickly, and we have a portrait of my great grandmother, Eliza, and she hangs in the living room area, and I just thought it would be nice to sketch her, because I don't know, it's a nice relative feeling. And then this is Christchurch Art Gallery. I did a quick sketch in purple, 13th of April. That's the view of the road out leaving the farm. I did that with red biro, scribble doodles. Oh, this was one of the cafes in Christchurch that we went to, and it was really small and intimate, and I had a coffee, and I got out my little sketchbook, and I felt very like one of those Instagrammy artists, so that was quite fun drawing that. And I used my fluorescent gel pens. I think that was the day we bought the fluorescent gel pens. And then this was the Fairley show, and they had lots of horsey events. These are more designs for round paintings, so I thought of a car wheel as it's round, bird cage, kiwi fruit, more sketches of random people. At Christchurch Art Gallery they have a whole section that's got UV lighting. I'm not sure you're meant to sit in there too long because it's UV lighting, but with the fluorescent pens everything just glowed in the dark. And this is a quick pencil sketch, I think of Sumner. But yeah, so there's something quite nice about making your own sketchbooks, because it feels more personal and just special once you complete it. You're like, I made this, the whole thing is mine. So maybe I'll put the books together, so we've got a little collection of the books. And then all pastels in here. Black case, just full of, these are all thinner paintbrushes, but I think you can tell I quite like the fine paintbrushes. But it's just interesting what sort of paintbrushes I get drawn to. I definitely think the finer ones that just are sharper end up leading to more control, but then there's something about completely ruining a paintbrush and then painting. That's kind of quite cool and fun. So there's those. The gouache paints, just got other paints in here, like the Unity set and some of the Reeves colours. So yeah, it's quite nice just having kind of camping equipment to go out and use and pull out when you need to. I'm going to go cuter bags than just plastic for these, but these are just more of the paintbrushes. I guess because they get, if they're used, they get a bit wet, so it's good to just keep them in a bag. But yeah, just definitely having bigger brushes on the go is always good. I don't think you need to have loads of equipment though to make stuff. You know, sometimes if you just have a pencil and some paper, that can be good. Yeah, my grandparents, they loved tin, so they used to give us tin objects for Christmas. You know, like tins, anything that was in a biscuit jar which had tin, which was made of tin, I think they thought would be valuable. So I quite like storing this as a benefit makeup case, but it's quite useful because on one side you can just use that to put the paints on, and then these are some really nice Anko acrylic paints, and because they're small and cute, they're just quite like nice and easy to just carry around with. So, and I put a paintbrush in there as well, just for portability. If there's a paintbrush anywhere, then that's helpful. Highlighters, not used yet, that'll be fun. Again, these are some more fluorescent gel pens because they run out really quick, and it's always nice just having them. Tape, good to sometimes have. As we got art gloves, because working in the studio can be quite cold, so I put these on, and then it's kind of fun, isn't it? And we bought these in at the Fairly Show, one of the markets. And this I've had for ages, but it's got A on it, like my logo, and a nice fluorescent top bit. And I keep all my most important pencils in here, so my trusty pencils that I cannot do without, and nice pens. And at the moment I really like having the white pens, but they run out really quick. Rubbers, pencil sharpeners, and I've even got some scissors in here. Pencil sharpener, more ink pens. But I just think if you've got a pencil case, grab it, it's small, and then you can start sketching anything. So I really like that. Little tin, it's got roses on it. And it's usually has my USBs in here, but my USBs are with my computer, so it's just got little hair clips things. But yeah, normally that has my USBs in. Scissors, I usually have the scissors in 2 different places, because then I know at least I've got scissors here and then scissors in my bag. So but it's always handy to have. So pink and orange, got those. And then this is really nice, but just inks and pens is what I keep in here. And I think I even have a scalpel for cutting stuff up. Be careful with knives, so I always make sure that's closed. And yeah, that's quite keep all together. And then, oh, these are lovely. My dad got these for me after a trip in Italy, and they're just the most beautiful coloured pencils. I think they're by Fabriano. And you can just tell they're good because I've had them for ages, and they're still here. And normally pencils, because the pigment isn't as condensed together, they don't last quite as long. But something about the way it's all... I think I've only misplaced 2 of them. I'm usually very good at keeping things together, so I'm going to have to hunt down the 2 other pencils. I'm like, no, where did they go? But yeah, it all rolls up really neatly and sweetly, and I want to kind of copy this design for the paint brushes, I think, because if you can roll things up and then keep them in a nice kind of spiral, it just makes everything kind of fun and easy to start sketching, and feels authentic as well, which is nice. And then satin varnish, more string for embroidery, although I haven't got the needles and thread. All of those things that I have in my bag, so I start putting them back. And that's everything in my Trellis Cooper art bag, so thanks for watching and pretending that I'm in a Vogue video and that this is a Birkin. Just pretend it is. So yeah, thank you. Hey.